Well, hello friends. Today we are going to work a little bit more on LibHTML, again, because it is fun. And I would like to implement some work for body background color attributes. So we'll start, I guess, by just making a simple web page in our home directory here. So we'll just call it like, I don't know, something that we can type quickly, like B. B is for background. And then we'll do a bgcolor, and how about cool black, and maybe text is going to be a cool, I don't know, gray, cocoa. And maybe we'll do link as well. Or let's just start with bgcolor and text, and then worry about link some other time, because that's a little special. But let's see. So, and then let's put some stuff in here, like h1, hello friends. This is a web page with some color. You know, it's kind of boring actually to call this color, because cocoa is not the funnest color, so let's do something cooler like green. Alright, that's way nicer. And let's see how that would render at the moment. And of course, let's just check here on Firefox locally on the host. Okay, so this is how it renders in Firefox. And then let's check it out here. All right, so it shows up, and we do the text nicely enough, I would say, given the fonts that we have and what I've implemented so far in LibHTML. But other than this, not very exciting. So let's go and work on this. So the thing is, with these types of attributes that I added, let me just show it. So these types of attributes here, they're kind of from an earlier era of HTML, right? And nowadays you would do these things with CSS mostly, but these things are still supported and they're still in the HTML standard. But you're kind of encouraged to use CSS instead. And these are called presentation attributes, or presentational hints, I think. Actually, let me verify that. And they're supposed to just be like hints to the CSS engine. And then if you have a hint and then some actual CSS value, then the CSS value takes precedence. So, presentational hints. Yeah, that's probably the right thing. Okay, well, then I think I have the right name for it. So let's add something to, the way that we're going to do this is let me show you how we resolve style for an individual element. So here in node, in the DOM node, when we want to create a layout tree, then we will recursively visit every node in the tree via this create layout tree function. And then for each individual node, we will call create layout node. And if it's a document node, then we create a layout document special object. If it's a text node, we create a layout text, which is also special. And for everything else, they're elements, or at least we assume that they're elements if they're not neither document nor text. We can put this here actually just to codify. And for elements, what we do is, yeah, look, I have a cast here even to elements, so let's assert. What we do is that we call resolve style with the element, and then we also pass in the parent style properties, because every element can inherit some style from its parent element, right? If you're familiar with how CSS works. And then what we do is we get the display property from the style properties, that were resolved, and if the display is none, then we don't create a layout node. If it's block or list item, we create a layout block, and if it's inline, we create a layout inline. And then for other types, we just assert because we haven't implemented those. Now, the interesting part for this video is going to be about resolving style. So that's this part here. And at this stage, we need the style because we need to look at the display property of the resolved style, right? So let's go in resolve style. So the way that it works right now is that we start by just creating a new style properties object. And then if we have a parent properties pointer, then we implement this very, very crappy inheritance here. This needs to be replaced with some proper inheritance. There's to do about that. So this is just for inheriting some things that we know that we need to be inheriting. And then we have, we do the selector matching. So we do here, we call collect matching rules, and this runs the selector engine, if you want to call it that, where we just loop through all of the style sheets and loop through all of the rules in those style sheets and loop through all of the selectors in those rules and then check if they match. And if they match, we add them to the vector of matches right here. And that's the thing that we get back. And then we just iterate over all of the matching rules and then copy over all of the style properties or all the CSS properties in those rules. We copy them over to the style properties object. And after we've done that, then we go here where we handle the style attribute. If the element that we're resolving style for has an inline style attribute. I actually did this in a video a couple of days ago. If you watched that, then you're already familiar. And then when we're done with the inline style, then we just return style properties. So I think what we're going to do here, since we want presentational hints to have the least, like the lowest priority, we'll just do them first. So we'll do them before we do this selector matching and collect the matches. But after inheritance, because they should be more important than inherited values, but less important than anything else, basically. Okay, so what we need to do now is, so these are like unique per element. So bgcolor only makes sense on body, and I guess like on table, and maybe some other thing that I don't remember off the top of my head. But what we need to do here is we need to have a special class for the body element that knows about this presentational hint and knows how to turn it into a CSS property, basically. So we're going to do something here like element dot collect presentational hints, maybe something like that. And we'll collect them in style properties, or maybe apply presentational hints, actually. Because then we'll tell each element to apply its presentational hints to a style properties object. I think that's pretty good. And this is going to be a virtual. So we'll put that here in element, style properties, and I guess by default we'll just do nothing. And then in the body element, which, we don't have a body element. We have to create a class for that, because if we don't have a special class for a DOM node type, then we just make it into a regular element, like a plain element object. But if we need special behavior, then we need to like subclass elements. So we'll do that. We'll put it here in the DOM. So I guess maybe we can just copy the head element. HTML body element. And we'll also edit the make file. Okay. And then, of course, we have to change so that it says body element everywhere. And then we're also going to add that virtual void apply presentational hints style properties override. I think I got that right. Okay. And then, yeah, same story here. Just body, 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 body. Okay. Now, what we want to do here in this implementation is guess we can just iterate over all the attributes. Attribute. No, there's no way to do that. Okay. I forget what API I have for attributes. Oh, for each attribute. Look at that. Okay. Well, say no more. Wait, what? Oh. For each attribute, name and value. Then if name is bgcolor, style set, oh, we have to include that. CSS, style properties, set property, background color, and then we need to actually parse it as we need to parse this color string, right? So from string value. Okay. And if it's text, then we'll just set color. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's see how this goes. That didn't even compile. Oh, because this actually produces an optional. So let's see, if color has value, because if we can't parse a color, then we'll just ignore it. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, we'll do the same here. Okay. No, still don't like. Oh, right. So style properties contains these objects called style values. So when we add a property, when we do set property, then we provide the name and we have to give it a style value object. And the style value object can be, this is the base class, and then there are a couple of subclasses. We have like string style value, length style value, initial, inherit, and color style value. So we want one of these. So what we're going to do is just call color style value create. And I guess we need to actually include that style value. Okay. There we go. All right. Where did we go wrong? Apply presentational hints. Oh, it's not const. Well, so let's look at the way we're using this. So style resolver resolve style gets a const element because the idea here is that element is not going to mutate in any way just because you're figuring out the style for it. So, and in this case, this is not a mutating thing that we're doing, right? We're not telling element to modify itself in any way. We're just extracting the presentational hints and applying them to an external object. So this thing should really be const, which seems totally correct. So we'll just say that it's const, and we're good. Almost good anyway. No declaration matching this. Okay, we're almost there. All right, here we go. That's enough screwing around. Well, didn't have the effect I was hoping for, so let's make sure that we compile with the tree debugging stuff turned on, and then we can look at the layout tree that we're producing here. Oh, I know why this is not working, because we're not producing a the right DOM element type. So we're encountering the body tag. We need to create a body element, because you can see here, if we're not matching any of these specific tag types, then we'll just fall back to returning a generic element, which doesn't have knowledge about these presentational hints. So that's why we need the HTML body element class. All right, look at that. So I think we probably want the body element background color to fill the rest of the viewport. So let's see where it ends up. Here's the layout tree. Here's the block element, the layout block for the body tag. It's positioned at 8.8 because of 8 pixels of margin on every side. And then, yeah, we're just gonna need to have some smarts here so that the body element background is used for, I guess we'll pick it up for the layout document. I think that would be the easiest, to just use the body background color here. Yeah, let's do that. So let's see, layout document. Oh, and let's override render for this guy actually. Virtual void render. Okay, so previously the document didn't really render anything. It would just, it will still do layout node render, which is like the base class render, which will just recurse through the tree and render all of its descendants. But here, we actually want to do something a little bit extra. Context. And first, oh, actually, no, we'll do our children last. And we inherit from layout block, but let's just call layout node render. I'm not sure that layout document should be a block actually, but that's a whole other thing. So let's not worry about that right now. Let's see, we need to get to the body element and ask for its document.body. Can we get to the body? We have a head helper. Let's add a body helper. Okay, and we'll just have HTML body element. Where's head? Here, this is head. Okay. So this is simple. We'll just say that body. Okay, we get the document element, which is like the HTML tag, and then we check if there is a the first child of the HTML element with the tag name body is going to be our body element. So, and then there's like, I think there's supposed to be some rules enforced here that like you can't have a document with multiple heads or multiple bodies. But obviously we don't enforce anything like that right now. We just let you create any DOM that you like. But, you know, for correctness in the future, it might be something that would be an improvement if we would enforce these kind of things. Okay, so now we have a way to get the document body. So let's see, document body. Oh, and HTML down, there's my body element. It's a little bit ugly that we're reaching into the DOM here, but at the same time, I think it'll work. So body element. Okay, there we go. And then what's the best way to do this? I guess we've already, since we're rendering, then we've already resolved style for this, so we don't need to parse the attributes again. Obviously, we can just ask for the layout node corresponding to the body element. So that would be the body element layout node, which we don't have a way of getting, so let's add that. So that would be in node.h. Let's add, because, wait. Oh, we can't get to the layout node from, we don't have a link from the DOM to the layout tree. Well, we're gonna need that, so. We'll just do this. And then we'll just add a link to it right here. Layout node. Okay. Oops. I think that's pretty good. And then when we need to actually make sure that that link gets set up somewhere. So maybe when we create a layout node, we'll say if node set layout node, pass a batch, and say this. And we'll do the same here. Actually, let's do it this way. In this case, we should unregister. Okay. Now we just need that API. Require a layout node batch so that nobody else calls this. And oh, computer froze again. There we go. I think that's pretty good. And oh, it's const. Okay, let's make an exception. Although it's so weird that you can do that, but yeah, I think that's okay. We just need a backlink so that we can look at it. Okay. And then in the layout document where we actually render this thing, then what were we doing here? Let's see, background color is body layout node, style, color or fallback, or property. Background color. If background color has value, it's very nesty. I don't love that it's nesting so much, but I I don't have a good fix for that at the moment, so let's not think too much about it. Then let's do context, painter, fill rect. My rect with the background color value to color. Okay. Wonder if I got all this right. We're about to find out. Well, we're filling more with black, but I guess maybe the layout document is still not as big as the viewport. Oh, yeah. We need to be filling the whole viewport. Yeah, okay, so maybe we should do this at a different level, actually. So instead of doing this in the layout document, and let's just remove this, actually. Oops. Let's do it where we do the, where we initiate the paint. So in HTML view, paint event. Here we fill rect with background color. So what we should really be doing here is filling it with a document background color. I think maybe that would make more sense. And then, or how do we want to do this? Actually, this is the widget background color. Maybe we'll start with that, and then if we have a layout tree root, then we're going to paint. So then we can do here as the first thing that we do. We can do this gnarly little thing. Document body. So this is a little bit ugly, but I'm not exactly sure where else to do the background color fill for the whole view at the moment, so I'm going to do it here. I really dislike putting this DOM digging logic inside HTML view, because HTML view is supposed to be like a higher level thing. So let's make something in document. We'll have a background color helper. I guess we'll always have a background color. Okay, and then this thing will do this. Auto body element is body if no body element, return color white. And let's see. Yeah, let's do it this way. This will be slightly nicer, I think. Not nesting so much. Okay. And here we'll just return this. Or background color value is color. If it's not a color value, then we should also fail here. Obviously, there's probably a nicer fallback than just always saying white, but this will do for our purposes right now. So now we have a way to ask the document what his background color is, and the way that that will work is he'll ask the bot for the body element, and then we'll get the layout node for the body element, and then we'll check the actual effective style for it, which is nice because then we can just do this. So in this case, we should fill the whole thing. If there's no layout root, then we can do just fill with the widget background color. Otherwise, here we'll fill with document background color. Okay. And look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, and then, yeah, we can see here that the body, the render for the body also has like a background color applied, but it doesn't matter because like at the outer level, like even if you somehow constrain your body so it doesn't fill up the whole viewport, we'll still reach through and grab the computed background color for the body and use it for the whole thing, so that if we resize this, it'll all be black. Pretty good. All right, well that's just quite cool. Nice. And okay, so I think that's basically what I wanted to achieve. So let's do some commits. First thing is that we'll undo this change right here. And then libraries, LibHTML, div head. All right, so do we have any standalone changes here that make sense? Maybe we can just do the body element adding, actually. That would be like HTML parser. And this one, the makefile. Do we have any HTML body element stuff in the rest? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, right, but the body element has the presentation attribute. Okay, we'll just do the whole thing. Oops. Git add. And okay, so patch review. In resolve style, we now applied presentational hints, which is virtual, so we'll just call it on every element to give them a chance to apply whatever presentational hints that they have, they know about. And then we added document body, which is just a convenient getter to reach into the document and find the body element. Okay. And then we added background color, which is an even more convenient helper that grabs the layout node for the body element and fetches its background color. Very good. Okay, here are just the headers for that. And then here is the element apply presentational hints virtual declaration. So it's empty, so by default nothing will happen, which is good. And then, okay, so here's the body element implementation. Apply presentational hints will just walk all of the attributes in the body element, and if we encounter bgcolor or text, we will set the corresponding CSS properties. Pretty good. Okay. And then here is the declaration for that element. And then in node, create layout node, I'm just adding this assertion that it is an element. If it's not a document or text node that we are creating a layout node for, then it has to be an element. So we just assert it, just to be nice. And then down here. Oh, computer's hanging again. It's getting so annoying. How long can I postpone getting a bigger computer? Why are they so expensive? It's like I have to get off my behind and actually do that at some point. Okay, anyway, so here is now each DOM node will have a pointer to its layout node, which is it's useful when we needed to grab the layout node for the body element, just to be able to extract its color. Okay, and here we changed the way that we draw the background for HTML view, which is the high-level widget that contains a document. And if we don't have a layout tree, then we just draw the widget background color in the whole thing. Otherwise, we get the document background color and fill the whole thing with that. Pretty cool. Okay, and here is some layout document changes. Oh, we don't need those. Let's undo those. So, layout document, and okay, and then we had the layout node changes where we just set and unset the layout node and pointer in the DOM node whenever we create a layout node or uncreate a layout node, just so that there's a link. So now there are links back and forth, like the DOM node links to the layout node and layout node links to the DOM node, so they can find each other. But both of those pointers are weak, like they're not like strongly retaining each other. I wonder if that's correct. I mean, yeah, this is the layout node pointer to the DOM node is like this. It's a const node star. I think we're good with using a weak link here. Maybe it should be a weak putter, actually. I'm not sure if I want to use that. I might want to, actually, but I'm not going to make that change right now. And then in the DOM node, this could actually be a reference counting pointer. That would mean that the DOM node would always keep the layout node alive, which might be nice. I don't know. I haven't thought about this, so I'm not going to make that decision right now how this should work. But for now, they're weak, like completely weak raw pointers. Okay, and then we're just adding the body element, blah blah blah, and here. Very important in the HTML parser, when we encounter the body tag name, then we create an HTML body element object. All right, so that's it. LibHTML. Implement add support for body, bgcolor, and body text. Let's do this. Dispatch implements basic support for presentational elements, which are old school HTML attributes that affect style. This works by you add support. You add support for a presentational hint attribute by overriding elements. Apply presentational hints and setting whatever, setting all of the corresponding CSS properties as appropriate. In order to to make background background color fill the entire document and not just the bounds of the body elements layout node. We special case, we add and handle this with a special what? We handle in special case the body background color stuff. Why I can't figure out how to phrase this. Special case it in the HTML view paint code for now. Not entirely sure what the nicest solution would be, but I'm sure we'll discover it eventually. Cool. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see that one more time. That's awesome. So this should make it very, very easy to add a simple font tag with where we could do font color. So let's do that. So let's add a second paragraph. Let me say font color red. Let's see. How do we do this? Red, green. Oh, we don't need that. Oh, and I have to type this because I still don't have color names parsing. Blue. And what's red and green? Is that yellow? Red and blue, I guess, is magenta. Blue. Okay, I don't know if I'm getting these right, but okay, whatever. And white. Okay, so let me just check in Firefox. That looks pretty sweet. So obviously this is not going to work in LibHTML yet because we don't understand the font tag. But with this new mechanism, it should be very, very easy to implement. So let's do that. Let's just see what it comes out as. Right. So it just comes out as green. So first thing we're going to do is just add the we'll do copy the I'm going to copy the body element actually. Font element. Okay, and oh, I forgot to edit the makefile. Makefile shared. Okay, so first thing we'll do is go in the parser and just make sure that we are producing font element when this is encountered. So here we'll say if we encounter the font tag, we'll make a font element. And then yet another copy paste job. And we want to keep this virtual here, obviously. So tap, 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 copy, 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 paste, paste. And then here we don't care about the bgcolor, but if we actually, what the hell is the presentation attribute for body. I was thinking, is it body text really the right name? But I guess it is because it showed up the right way in Firefox, and never mind. But in this case, it's font color. So now, for the font element, when we apply the presentational hints, if we encounter an attribute with the name color, then we will try to parse the value of the attribute, and if it is indeed a color that we could parse, then we'll set it on the font element. So I think that this should be enough. Look at that. Isn't it just magnificently beautiful? You know, web engine development is fun. I didn't really think I would enjoy it this soon. Maybe it's not soon, but it's fun. I hope it's somehow fun to watch too. So let's add that change. Okay, could have done this in some more efficient way, definitely. But so let's just look over what we're doing. Yeah, just parsing out the color attribute if found, and if so, setting the CSS color to the parsed color. Right, and then in the parser we produce an HTML font element object in case one is wanted, and that's it. That's the whole thing. Awesome. LibHTML and support for font color. This was pleasantly trivial to implement with new support for present. Okay. Oh, and let's add that little test file there, because I didn't add any new test files for a moment, and it's nice to have some test files. So we'll call it text colors, presentational hints, phints, phint.html. All right. I don't know. I like short names, but that's almost long, actually. Once we get tab completion in the shell, it's not going to matter so much, but until we have it, it's like I have to type the things out. Base add a little HTML test file page for presentational hints. Cool. That is just so cool. Okay, so I want to see it one more time, but just one more time. But yeah, so this is going to be the end of the video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, for hanging out, and I really hope you saw something interesting and that I'm not boring everyone to death with this HTML engine stuff, because it's really, really fun. So I hope you're having a great day, and thank you everyone who keeps coming back, because I am just so happy to be able to do this and have an audience who takes an interest in the project. And I don't know what to say. It's just the funnest thing ever. So thank you very much for always coming back. And I will see you next time. Bye.